This is it. The last confrontation.
What are you talking about?
Today's the day you stop Cicada.
Something is struggling to break through. Or someone. We have to move.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
How's it going, species? Welcome to a brand new Flash trailer breakdown. Now, this is for episode 16, and that trailer looked very, very cool. This is apparently, according to Nora, the final confrontation of Cicada. And as I said, like that trailer looked really cool. I'm very excited for this episode. I feel like, you know, I wouldn't say we're in the back half of the season, but things from here on out are hopefully just going to get mega exciting for the Flash. Why do you say that, Boba? Well, just because things will hopefully... Well, I don't want to put that in a bad way because I have enjoyed some parts of Cicada, but like, we'll be coming to a close for Cicada. The Thorn stuff will be in full swing in the next few episodes because Barry will find out and they're going to have to tackle that and what's going on there. Thorn even gets teased quite a bit during this trailer, obviously. And then we've got like Godspeed like coming in a couple of episodes' time. It's just, I feel like all the crap's going to be put aside and this is where the fun begins. Quite literally, this is where things start happening. But before we get into the specifics of this trailer, guys, I'd really appreciate if you click that thumbs up button. Really does help out miles more than what you could possibly know. And other than that, subscribe to this channel as well if you want to stay up to date with more Flash videos just like this. So at the very beginning part of this trailer, guys, we have Nora saying this is it. This is the final confrontation with Cicada. She's referring to her Speed Force symbol book yet again, and everyone's just like, oh really? Is this like what's going on here? Essentially, what I think Nora means by this is in the timeline, you know, Cicada gets away. This is when today is, or like when this episode happens, is when the Flash has his last, well, literally confrontation, last scene with Cicada moment publicly. And this is where Cicada, I guess, goes away for a while, and then I guess he'll pop up again. But we all know that might potentially be Grace in the future, taking on the mantle of Cicada. But this is when I guess Cicada gets away in the normal timeline, and the Flash never catches him, which is why today is the day you stop Cicada, Barry, because, well, we're going to change history and we need to stop him. So this is the last publicly, I guess, known date that the Flash has with Cicada. But the thing that annoys me about this is they're using that Speed Force symbol book. Nobody is... Okay, I don't want to get too nitpicky negative in this video, but that is they need to explain that. They haven't done it. I mean, for crying out loud, in the time loop episode, if you will, they were all standing in front of that freaking whiteboard or see-through transparent board with the pen on it, with a load of Speed Force symbols everywhere. Looking at it, it's like, oh yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. But nobody knows anything about them apart from Sherlock. I'm sorry I went into a little rant there, but it really is irritating. But also, may I just add that I love trailers like this. The way they've cut this trailer, it adds just the drama, the seriousness into it, and that plot development is like, oh, what's gonna happen? I love it. So when like All-In just comes and like shoves the dagger, besides Barry, very interesting. I just want to point that out. Very interesting. It's very dramatic. Like, he's screaming at Barry, and Barry is, you know, pinned up against the wall. But why does All-In decide to like shove the dagger, you know, not in Barry's head but in the wall? Like that like basically tells me he doesn't want to kill Barry. He's obviously venting some frustration, you know, for the fact he's stabbing, the dagger against the wall. So yeah, this, you know, what we do know is Barry wants to offer the cure to Cicada. And like, I just feel like they must be having some moment here in the episode where they've come to some kind of confrontation, literally. But like, it's very crucial that he's deciding not to kill Barry. Maybe he's listening to what he has to say. Maybe Barry has appealed to Cicada here, but I don't think it's going to go that smoothly. It's not going to be like, oh, hey, Cicada, do you want the cure? Let me just get, you know, angry for a second, stab the side of the wall and be like, you know what, Barry, I'm going to take it's not going to go that simple. So I'm very intrigued in this scene. Love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Now, in this part of the trailer, I believe this is Iris. I think that's Iris. I could be wrong. Taking one of like the Star Labs, like kind of defense guns, if you will. It looks like Cicada might break in Star Labs. This could be, as I said, the moment, this whole moment in the episode could be before, like when All-In shoves Barry up against the wall. Who knows? Something is happening here. We've even got Joe. It's so good to have Joe back, especially with his like freaking freaking defense position there with his gun up. He's like, I'm ready for whatever's coming. We've got Barry there. Looks like something bad is happening. Now, I've also noticed a lot of people are talking about Godspeed coming in this episode or something like that. I want to address that in a minute, mainly of the earbud bit, because that's what a lot of people are saying. But a lot of people are confusing this part in the trailer with lightning. I honestly don't think that is. This animation, this like effect looks like the dagger kind of whooshy, kind of particly kind of effect that the Flash have used in the show. So I'm guessing at this point it's around that point in the episode where it looks like the Star Labs lounge is getting invaded by Cicada, and that's just Nora being pinned up against the wall by one of Cicada's, freaking overpowered powers. That's not Speed Force lightning. I'll hold my hands up if I'm completely wrong, but a lot of people are like, oh my god, I hope that's Godspeed's lightning. Now, what Earbard says here is perfect in terms of, like, the context of the trailer, because it looks like somebody is breaking through, and that's Cicada in the Star Labs bit just after this, but he's saying something is struggling to break through, or someone. So it's good to know we're getting Nora visiting Thawne in this episode again, but what I really do think, I think maybe people are looking too into this. I'd be pretty pleasantly surprised if I'm wrong about this, but this is where, like, he gets the Speed Force symbols up. As I said, like, not necessarily cut one bit after the other bit, but I think maybe he's talking about Sherlock Wells. Sherlock Wells is trying to decipher all this stuff. He knows there's another recipient. He basically knows it's Earbard Thawne. I feel like this may be the moment where Wells Earbard tells Thawne, or they're kind of having a mutual conversation about the fact that, by the way, it looks like we've been exposed. You should expect somebody on Team Flash to maybe tell your father about this. And Nora will be like, do you know who that could possibly be, Nora? And Nora will be like, oh damn, I think I know who that is. The guy who's been breathing down my neck half the season, and that is Sherlock. I could be wrong about this. I just think somebody trying to break through, or someone, in terms of what Earbard is saying, might be Sherlock with the Speed Force symbols. And like they've got some kind of security measure or something to know that somebody, or maybe Sherlock's done something newbie in his investigation to trip a wire, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? I think it could be that. But a lot of people also making this moment about Godspeed, saying, oh my god, Godspeed's breaking through. They're like saying maybe potentially, even though he is in episode 18, I think it is, titled Godspeed, directed by Daniel Panabaker, that they may start introducing that like character from this episode onwards, and they could in theory, because they could have filmed it all inside and that this wouldn't have been leaked or anything. But no, I don't think that's the case. I really don't. If I'm wrong, great, but if I'm not, I'm thinking it's just something as simple as Sherlock. But just talking about my whole Sherlock theory in terms of this, it's interesting how the next scene after that is quite literally, I think that is just Sherlock to the left, Cecile to the right with Nora. Now, my original theory in The Flash is that maybe Nora would get exposed when Sherlock, tries to expose her. Nobody believes him, but who would know that Sherlock is telling the truth and that Nora's got a guilty mind? Well, the empath, Cecile. And I think that could be happening here. I could be wrong, because what we do see in a couple of scenes after this is that, like, we see Sherlock there, we see Nora there, and Cecile's getting this, like, kind of headachy moment. Now, I'm probably wrong here. As I said, it'd be really cool if she sensed the vibes, or, like, maybe they might tease that, like, she's about to figure out that Nora is lying and Sherlock is telling the truth, and Cecile's just like, oh my god, but this is when Cicada breaks through the window. Barry's just like, we need to get out of here. Sherlock presses the button, like the Star Labs panic button, I'm guessing. And then that's when we see none other than Sherlock Wells there with Cecile and Nora as Cicada breaks through. So yeah, it's a lot of speculation going on right here. It's hard to know exactly what's going on. I just find the shot of this very interesting. Now, if you're wondering, but yeah, didn't I see Barry, Joe, maybe even Iris and everyone like in this Star Labs lounge earlier or across this trailer as well? Yes, you did. I believe we did. But at this point, it could have just been Sherlock, Nora, and Cecile in Star Labs lounge, and then when Cicada breaks through, that's when Barry and everyone comes in, and then like Joe's there with the gun, and then everyone's like, well, Barry's just like, we need to get out of here. So I would love to know what you guys think. Do you think that? I just find it very suspicious that we have Sherlock here just with Nora and Cecile. It would be so cool if my theory was somewhere along the lines right in how Cecile's empathic or telepathic, whatever ability she has, is a way to back up Sherlock's evidence, because I guess his evidence is compelling, especially like with the translated Speed Force messages and stuff. but Cecile would be a really cool aspect to that, and it'd be a really cool, like, low-key confirmation of Cecile to do that to Nora as well, and she'd be like, shit, like, why would Cecile lie about this? That would also instantly convince everyone like Joe and Iris that why would Cecile lie? I mean, just look at Iris. Remember, she was like, stay away from my daughter. How dare you look into my daughter, without, you know, just right off instinct. Now, that person breaking through the window, it does look like Cicada, but I'm just going to toss this out there. You know, what if it's somehow future Grace Cicada? This is really wacky. I don't even know why I'm including this in, but somehow it's broke through and has come back into present day, because if something happens to All-In and they're transferring it to, like, older version of Grace that we got teased with at the end of, like, her Mind episode, what if, like, she's... I don't know, I think that'd be kind of lame, though, if they just did that, like, we got a Cicada, like, 2.0. I don't know, guys, but all I know is that things are getting exciting from here on out. We're getting more Reverse Flash stuff, we're getting more... you know, just everything, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. The vibes are exactly up my alley of what I want to see in The Flash, and I just hope that they do not fail to impress. But I would love to know your thoughts on everything I discussed down in the comments below, guys. Do you agree with anything I said? Do you have anything to expand upon? Do you think that maybe, oh, I thought this idea of yours was cool, Boba, but maybe if, like, it went this way? I would love to read all of it, guys. But other than that, crush the thumbs up button. Really does help me out, and it really means a lot to me, you guys showing your support that way. Subscribe if you're brand new with notifications on. Click the always button as well to make sure that you never miss out on a video. Links to everything is in the description down below, including Discord invites where we can talk about The Flash in my Discord server. That's the way you can talk with me directly. But I'm going to end the video now, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you speedsters in the next video. Goodbye.